Hi, guys. Good morning. Today I'm going to talk to you about Rami Malek's new film, which comes out in theaters this weekend called The Amateur. Now, I saw it last night at a press screening, and I kind of just felt like it was fine. I guess I wanted more from it. I don't know. It was more or less what I expected, but I still wanted something more from this movie. So, if you haven't seen the trailer, essentially what this is about is that his wife, who's played by Rachel Brosnahan, don't know why she was cast in such a small role because she's phenomenal. She's great when she's on screen, but it was very weird to have her play a very, very small role of a character that is killed off at the beginning. So she dies. This is known. This is not a spoiler. She's killed in a terrorist attack, and Rami plays Charlie Heller, who is a decoder for the CIA. Now he goes to his bosses and he's like, yo, I figured out who did it. Like, look, I went through all this stuff. Like, get him. And they're like, well, we're the CIA. We do things differently. Like, we need to, we have our other reasons for why we're not going after these people right now. Okay, that gets explained later. But basically, he decides to take matters into his own hands. So he starts blackmailing his bosses because, as one does at the CIA, right? It's a little ridiculous. It's fun, but it's a little ridiculous. He blackmails them to send him to training. And to let him go out in the field. He wants to kill them himself. So he is trained by Lawrence Fishburne. Some of the most enjoyable scenes are between the two of them. I had a lot of fun with them. I did feel like for a movie that overall like feels very slow paced, feels very very slow at times. They really rushed now they're like friends. Like he calls him a friend later, and I was like, whoa, they really rushed through that. But I did enjoy the two of them together when they were on screen. And then something happens, and essentially he's forced to, now he's going out looking for these killers, but he's also, watching his back for CIA who, they have sent someone to take him out, so to speak, take him off the board. So there's a lot happening. There's a lot going on. What I really enjoy about this movie, I'll start with that first. What I really, really, truly enjoyed is that this character, Charlie, he's not good at hand-to-hand combat. He's not good with guns and weapons, like regular things that you would think CIA agents in the field, especially if you're trying to kill someone, would be good at. So he has to think outside the box. And that's what I really enjoyed. He's narrowed down. There are 4 people that were involved with his wife's death, and he is going to go after each of them. And when he does, he has to think outside the box of ways to kill them because he's not good, like I said, with a gun or hand-to-hand combat. He can't do it. So what he gets into, and I don't want to ruin it, but they're very unique and entertaining, and they're ridiculous. Don't get me wrong. Some of them are, the second one is nuts, but I loved it. I loved that stuff. I was like, okay, thinking outside the box here. I'm digging this. I really, really enjoyed that. My biggest issue is in between. So he's going after these 4 people. First of all, it takes a while for him to even get there because, he's with his wife at the beginning, then she's killed, and he researches who these people are, and he tries to find out where they are. Then he has to go to training. Then he gets out there, and finally he's out in the field, and I'm like, okay, now we're gonna hit the ground running, and it's gonna be like bam, 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 bam. But in between each person, it felt like it was probably 20 minutes. It really probably wasn't that long because the movie's only a little over 2 hours, but it felt like it. And I wanted it to be more like, go after someone, bam, find the next person, bam. But there's all this stuff in the middle. Cut to him mourning his wife, which I get, but he's constantly thinking about her or seeing her. It's weird. So in between his hunting down these people is where I felt like it would be action, 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 boom, and it would come to a halt. It wouldn't even slow to a halt. You know what I mean? And I don't love when that happens in a movie. But like I said, I really enjoyed him going after them. I think he's great, and he does what he can with this script. The script is ridiculous. There's a lot of things that viewers have to suspend their beliefs to be okay, this is how, you know what I mean? When there's things that happen that are ridiculous, and you're like, really? Is that how that would have played out? That's probably not how that would have played out. I don't want to spoil things for anybody who wants to see this movie, but there are a lot of those moments in here. And then I almost forgot something I really want to talk about is Jon Bernthal. So we have Rachel Brosnahan, who's fantastic, feels very underused. She's cast as the wife, and she's killed, within 5 minutes of the movie. And you're like, okay, great. She's amazing, whatever. Now we've got Jon Bernthal, who I totally forgot was in this movie, by the way. I did know it before I went in. You see him maybe 5 minutes total, maybe. At the very beginning, you see him with Charlie before Charlie's wife dies, and he's like, hey, I want you to help me with this thing with his computer, which he never helps him with. You never see that. That never happens. So you're like, okay. And then you see him sitting at lunch, and all like the little decoders are like, oh, you're friends with him. Oh, he's so cool. Basically, you know, like the cool kids and the nerds at lunch. It's basically what that scene was. And then you see him later on. He pops up for like a little bit. Hey, I want to help you, blah, blah, blah. Charlie's like, no. And he's like, okay, bye. And you're like, what was the point of even this character? Not even just John Bernthal, which completely underused because he's a phenomenal actor. But to just that character, you could literally take him out of this movie and it's fine. Like, you would not miss him at all. There's no need for this character. So that's a little frustrating when they have characters like that you're like, there was literally no point to you being in this movie. Not one at all. But overall, it's fine. There's some great moments. I really dug that. Not the ending, but I will say when Charlie comes face to face with the fourth person he's hunting, I really enjoyed that scene a lot. I really liked it. It felt unexpected and exciting, and I really enjoyed it. The end was like fine. It's like there's this thing about a plane that they like barely talk about, and then they make a big deal of it at the end. So, which is, you know, it just felt like if you were gonna make that the ending, this should have been a more powerful thing throughout. I don't know. There are things that I really liked about this movie. There are things I didn't like about this movie. It's definitely too long. It's solid 30 minutes too long, in my opinion. And I think it would have worked much better as a really fast-paced, quick-moving spy thriller. And instead, it was like we had those moments. We had glimpses of them. But then they were really slowed down as things came to a halt. So I'm very in the middle about it. Check it out yourself this weekend when it hits theaters. But I'm like, it's fine, right? I'm not mad at it, but I'll probably never watch it again. And if I do, like, if my husband's like, hey, when it's on streaming, he wants to watch it, I'll probably sit with him and just play on my phone while it's on. Do you know what I mean? It's not something I'm going to sit and, like, actively watch ever again. So do with that what you will. I know that's very, very, like, middle of the road walk, like literally give it a 2.5 out of 5. It is right smack down the middle. It's fine. It's fine. You guys let me know if you're excited for The Amateur. Are you going to see it in theaters this weekend? Let me know down below. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. Follow me over on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and you guys can check me out at MamasGeeky.com. Thanks. I'll see you next time.